Welcome back. I'm Gary Parr.
And I'm Beth Ellicott.
And we're listening to Fiber Talk, the midweek version of the Fiber Talk, the twice weekly podcast for needlework ground cloth stabbers. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Stabbing
Sure.
today, huh?
We might as well. Yep. So I hope people are enjoying the new video format. We've had several comments, people saying they like looking at our faces. So
I don't know why.
Whatever works. But people have enjoyed it. So no Stitch Hour tonight because we had last week. Sunday's show. Sunday coming up is Gail Stafford. So be sure and check that out. Needlepoint, Kana Canvas. Yeah. Probably
She's an
one
interesting
of
person, yeah.
Yeah, probably one of the. Maybe there's only a couple, 3 Kana Canvas people, designers that we haven't talked to.
Yeah.
Can't be many. We got most of them.
No.
So that'll be Sunday. And then this past Sunday, Kathy Andrews. Oh.
She was good.
Yeah. She's always good.
Yeah.
But, she took a class on restoration and conservation of needlework, textiles.
Right. Textiles. Yeah. Any sort of textiles.
Yeah. We learned a lot from her.
Yeah. And the things she learned in the class with being with other people who weren't necessarily textile art conservators. Weren't there some book people in there?
And a ton of museum people. Majority were museum people. Yeah. Yeah, just talking to them would have been fascinating.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So she made me want to go. I was in my boys' room and I wanted to go dig through and find the microscope. I've got a microscope in there somewhere, and it makes me want to go take it out and start looking at stuff.
Right. Yeah. And it's University of Wisconsin in Beloit. Yep. So just over the border, Illinois, just over the border. Like I used to live an hour and a half away. Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Of all the places in the world, you would not expect it to be there. But they're looking to do more of those classes, and it sounded like it was rather economical for a full-blown college university class. So there'll be a survey. There's a survey. Fill that in because they want feedback. So they can figure out what to do. Kathy opened their eyes. They didn't realize there was a world of us. They thought it was all museum people. Yeah.
Right. People who collect samplers, who collect any sort of needlework. How do you preserve it? How do you preserve something so you can pass it on to the next generation? And I think of quilters. You've got these. Some of them you use, but some are heirloom. You want to keep. They're special, and how do you take care of them?
Yeah, right. No, I could. Well, she said, she basically made them aware of a whole world of people who could take their classes and learn from them. I'd take one in a heartbeat. That looked like you'd come away with a lot of cool knowledge. Yeah.
Right. And just general knowledge to help you with your needlework. It was just fun to listen to her.
Yeah. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. It is worth it, and we'll see how Kathy goes. I'm pretty sure that she's going to apply some of this stuff, so it might be fun in 6 months or so to come back to her and see what she's learned about her own collection.
Right.
Based on this new knowledge. So we'll
because I think that's the original reason she took the class.
The what?
Is original reason for taking the class was to preserve one of her samplers because it was too expensive to have someone professionally conserve it.
Right.
It was out of her price range.
Yeah. Because that's right. She was telling about she had a hole in it. In one of them, and then so she learned how to stop that hole from getting worse, which kind of key. Yeah.
Right.
So, so anyway, if you missed that, be sure and listen to it. or watch it. Yeah, everything we do now, you're getting talking heads on YouTube. So
unless we can't talk to people into doing a video,
yeah.
and then.
Yeah, well, these days when I'm arranging the new ones, I'm just not offering audio. I'm just saying this is how we do it. So
Okay.
I actually rewrote all the basic instructions because I have a set of instructions, and I hold my hand up because it's about that high. On an email, it's about that high, about 2.5 inches. So I hold my hand up to show you how the list is that long. I have no idea why. But yeah, I rewrote the instructions. We're just going all in. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Video.
Yep. So and then speaking of video, Wednesday night, Rita Gekht, holy smokes.
That was excellent.
That was beyond what I ever imagined it would be. If you missed that, if you missed the Wednesday night Stitch Hour, it's in the live section of the YouTube channel with Rita Gekht at the New Hope Arts Center. If you missed that, you missed out. Go watch it. Dryer lint.
Yes.
You got to be kidding me. I can't get over that.
See, and I've seen people use dryer lint before.
Well,
but
new to
not
me.
that well.
No.
Not that well. No. That was very cool. People should look at that. And then the other one is the big wall that she called her exuberant wall. Was that what it was called? Anyway, with the big quilt and the two on the side.
Yep.
And I'm still, I almost want to go back, watch the video, find that section and I'm using my fingers too now, take a screen capture of that section, because the colors on the quilt and on the needlework on either side, I think they were weavings, were just fantastic. And I just want to look at them again. I wish we lived closer, because I would be there on the floor, sitting there, watching, just looking at them.
After Wednesday night, if we lived within driving distance, Thursday morning at opening time, I would be there at the door waiting.
Yes.
I got to see that stuff.
And I looked up, because I have a brother-in-law who lives in Pennsylvania, and I was like, okay, how close is he to them? And could I convince Max to go see his brother?
Yeah.
No, Gettysburg's a little ways away. So.
Oh, bummer. Yeah.
Rats.
Yep. But the New Hope Arts Center, it's in a restored theater. So stage, and then like all the seats are gone. So it's just this massive place with a stage. Holy smokes, that was just, I never, because, we had those tours that we did in Australia.
Right.
Well, that was high-end stuff, that was really sophisticated stuff. And, well, we talked to Rita, we knew that weaving-wise, we were going to get some pretty stellar art. But that exhibition is just above and beyond. Oh, boy.
Yeah. And the one she showed that was in the middle of the room, the one that had its own special loom they used, that was that very architectural, airy. Yeah. I wanted to go look at that one again. I wanted to go see it in its environment, and then, because it was, you have to see an image of it. Just gorgeous, but I wanted to walk around it and see what it looked like. Yeah, just experience it. It's more than just looking at an image. It looks like something that.
Yeah, that one absolutely. You cannot appreciate it through video or a photo. You can you could just tell you have to be there. You have to be there to get the full impact. Yeah.
Right.
Dryer lint. I can't believe.
And the other thing. Yeah, dryer lint. You've never heard of using dryer lint. I had for like mixed media. The other thing that impressed me about the building was the stone walls, and I didn't ask her about them, and I kind of wanted to know, were those original, or did they redo the walls there?
Yeah, good question. Yeah.
So just on the stairwell, that was very cool. So yeah, go watch that video. That was a lot of fun.
Oh,
that
boy.
was
That was
so nice.
Way, way beyond what I imagined. Well, I think any of us, way beyond.
No,
that was so cool. Yep.
No. Yeah.
So we'll keep tabs on the ladies at the New Hope Arts Center and Rita Gekht, because there'll be more coming from them, I'm sure. And we'll now that we got one shot, because you got you got to have a little experience doing these things. Now they have an idea of what we need, and yeah, we'll get some more out of them. That's cool stuff.
And,
yeah.
And it was nice that it was she had it was invitation, and didn't she had people who submitted, so it was juried too,
Right.
I think.
Right.
And so that was fun, hearing how she picked things, and
right.
it was great.
And the advice that she was giving to people who were, and there were a couple instances. There was that one that was hanging by that curtain rod, and then she showed how if that were lifted up so you didn't see the rod, how it completely changed the piece. That was that waterfall.
Right.
Little things, little things that, oh man, it was the coolest thing. Yep. I want to go.
I want to go see it live.
Yeah.
See it live.
Yep. So go check that out. That was a special one right there. Yep. All right. Hats, Hands Across the Sea sampler charts, $10 at Sassy Jack's. Get them. Clean Kim out. She wants to move all those out. So it's not all of them, but it's most of them. Still $10. So those things that are normally $30, you can pick up for $10. If you got a chart you wanted to get, latch onto it.
Right. And or just you want to have if you'd like a section of it, again, like what Jessica was doing on the Tour de France, or Tour de Broderie, as you were calling it.
Yeah. Well, we're cultured.
Yes.
Tour de Broderie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're cultured. Okay. So that whole subject. All right. Go back. Jessica Grimm was taking motifs out of looked like old samplers and making needle minders. And I put a link in a couple places she put up the instructions for how to do that. If you want to make some really cool needle minders by stitching some motifs and then finishing them off as a needle minder, she has a way of doing it that anybody can do. You don't have to have any talent, experience, anything. You can do it. So go check that out, because she put full instructions with photos and everything. And I'll put a link in this. I'll make a note here. I'll put a link in this show notes too to that, so that you can get to that. But it's because gifts, guild events,
right? Retreats, anything like that. And the other thing I thought was neat is she was using her stash. She had some variegated threads. You don't need a whole bunch of a thread. You could just say, okay, I want to see what this looks like when it's stitched up. Use a little section, and then you get to see the variegation, how it works out. So I love that idea. Now, I do it, but it gives you a little sampling even, of your threads. You're not using a whole lot, probably a couple lengths or whatever.
Right.
But it's not going to use a lot to finish a motif, and then you can see how it actually stitches up.
Yep. Yeah. So watch that. All right. So Tour de France. All right. We threw that together. It's all Jennifer's fault. I mean, we're just going to put that out. It's completely Jennifer's fault.
Jennifer's fault. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, she was going to spin. And so we thought, we'll stitch.
Right. So we blame it all on her. She can handle it. Okay. So the question is, do we do it again?
Right.
Because it was a lot of fun, and having Paula and Jessica, and we should have had next, if we do it again, Paula, we're going to get Paula on live more often. We just did the one day, but she was on vacation. I felt like I was imposing on her if I made her, I didn't
come do the show with us.
Yeah. I wasn't comfortable doing it, but next time with some planning. But I don't know, to do it was fun. What did you think?
I enjoyed, like, the one I didn't attend a lot of them. So I watched the very last one that I think it was like 2 hours long or something.
Yeah. I had to cut it off. Yeah.
And so I watched it, and it was very interesting to listen to you all talk. Jessica was is interesting conversationalist, and it made me think more about my exercise life. To be honest, here these
Oh,
people are competing in bicycling, but I'm thinking, I've kind of slacked since I broke my kneecap
well,
on
yeah,
walking.
yeah.
Even walking, and I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I need to pick this back up again. So
Hmm.
the whole thing, I enjoyed it. It was great fun. But I like having a podcast going, like when I'm washing the dishes or doing some house cleaning, or now's the season to be canning, so that would be
Yeah.
perfect.
Hmm.
I'll probably go back and listen to some more of them that I missed. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed being on. And the only problem was I couldn't stitch and watch the bike race because I didn't know enough about what was happening
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
to pay attention to the bike race or
Yeah.
my stitching. I couldn't do both.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
going to have to
that's,
catch
yeah.
up on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. There's a lot of dead time, but if you don't realize what's going on, you don't really know where the dead time is at.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's like, no. And
um,
then I went to look at the scenery too. So
man,
I
isn't that
know.
stunning? That whole country is just gorgeous. It's just beautiful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm really torn because I really enjoyed it, but what I've been struggling with is it works if we're watching the live show because the live feed, because then everybody can do it. Okay. At the same time, because I thought, well, what if we did it later in the day, which would be the evening for the European people, because it was late afternoon for them. What if we did it earlier in the day or later in the day and watched the
The
replay?
replay. Right.
But where do you start? Because we were starting with like the last hour, hour and a half of the thing. So where do you start? You can't.
And they were almost done.
Right. That one day, well, a couple of days where they were essentially done. So that's a problem. And then the last day, time trials take forever, and that was a long time trial. Then we had to cut it off before we saw the end of the race. So, because I had to
Yeah.
go, I had to go. I didn't think it would go that long. So that's the trouble when you try. I think when you try and tie in with live event, you're
Hmm.
at the mercy of somebody else.
Right.
But it was fun. Uh, Now Jessica was saying that there was apparently some noise in Europe about maybe starting later because these guys are racing so fast they're finishing
Yeah.
earlier. Now, if that happens next year, then that's ideal because the selfish part for me is it really interfered with my morning bike ride.
Hmm. Me too.
Because
I mean, it's gardening season. I don't want to be
yeah,
gardening in the afternoon
right,
here. No.
right. That's where, because yeah, so same for you, different activity, but same for you. And because I was having to cut rides short, I was getting up and leaving at 5:30 in the morning. I was getting up at 4 and leaving by 5:30 in the morning. I had to actually have my light on my bike because so I could be seen in the before sunrise and
Hmm.
to get enough miles in. So I had to make some adjustments there, which was okay. And the only reason that's an issue is I'm trying to get 10,000 kilometers for the year, and I got to ride. I got to ride a
Yeah.
lot. I mean,
Yeah. I was going
10,
to say, you can't,
yeah,
no slacking, no
no,
slacking.
because 10,000 kilometers is 6,250 miles in a year. I got to ride every day as much as I
Yeah.
can. So I was
Right.
cutting those short, and it's the same for you because here in St. Louis, if I wait till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, it's 90, 95 with humidity through the
Right.
roof. No
Right.
thanks. Pass.
And the sun beating down on you, it's just like, I just can't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Right. So from a selfish perspective, that was an issue for me.
Right.
So I was cutting rides short, and I made it work. But it was like, oh boy, if I had one more hour on the back end of that thing, I would, it would be
Hmm.
better. So I'm hoping that they'll move the start time next year. Then it's a non-issue.
Right.
So
Right. Because get
yeah,
everything done before they start,
yeah,
easy.
yeah, right. Yeah, and I'm with you. I used to have a backyard full of flowers, and yeah, you either weed in the morning or you let them grow another day.
Right.
Just, yeah.
Right. You
Yep.
might go out in the evening and pick a few, but
Yeah. No thanks. Yep. You're
yeah,
done. So,
yeah.
but people seem to enjoy it because there was, I mean, we would have 20 or so people every day, and then the viewership afterwards was surprisingly high. I mean, we've got
Mhm.
a couple of them over 1,000. So for a bike ride and stitching, you know,
Right. Right.
so I
And
think it's
and
worth doing.
and
Yeah.
we and spinning. Maybe we could learn to spin before the next one.
Oh, Jennifer and her
I
spinning
know.
wheel, sitting there and watching that
I
spindle of blue yarn grow. Oh, so cool.
I know. I know.
So
And
cool.
then that drop spindle she had with
I know.
and I think it had the different multicolored
Yeah.
fluff. It
Yeah.
was like a pink and a white and a purple. And watching how that she showed just an what she'd spun already, but it looked just so neat
Yep.
how it was all variegating out. And then she says, "Yeah, you just don't know how it's going to look. You just go." And
Go
I'm like,
for it. See? Yeah, I know.
"That is so cool. That is
Yeah.
so cool." And I you know what? I realize I probably will never spin because I don't have the hand-eye coordination.
Oh,
I never have. I've never been very
no.
hand-eye coordinated, so that's why I don't play tennis or
Oh, okay.
pickleball or any of that stuff. It's like, yeah, I can't. I'll just be like, it's a mess.
Oh, I'm
No,
gonna
it's not
figure
going
it
to work.
out. I'm gonna figure it out. I gotta get at
No,
least some thread I can hold up and say I spun that. I gotta. I
oh,
just have to. Yeah.
yeah, no, no. I might try again. Watch a few videos and try again, but I think I'm gonna use the fluff for needle felting.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I have
She's
an idea. It's not gonna go to waste.
okay.
Got a
She's
plan.
so
Got a
automatic
plan.
at it though. It's just like holy smokes.
I know. I
Yep.
know.
And
Jennifer's
having
good.
having Jessica and the that day that she showed us pictures from her tour of those Stone Age
Hmm.
replica things. Wow, it was cool.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
neat. That was neat.
So.
And and then she had a great idea of maybe when they go through a region, show the needlework from that region, or
Mm-hmm.
that would be great fun.
Yeah.
Oh
It's gonna
man,
take. It's gonna take some planning.
that's planning though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. You
still,
can't
even if we
just.
just did it a couple of places,
Right.
that would be a
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure she could help us with that. So. All right. Well, I'm not. I'm not writing it off. I enjoyed doing it. It was a lot of fun. So I'm not writing it off. And I got a bunch of stitching done. So that
Hey,
was worth it.
win-win,
Yep. Yeah.
win-win.
Yeah.
Oh, so what were you working on?
Well, the Avlea. What is that? The Sea of Light um,
Yes.
thing. Yeah. So I haven't stitched much on it since. But
Oh, but you're doing great. Look at
yeah,
that
it's coming
border.
right along. It's a cool piece. So yeah, I mean, it was sitting there and it was in the hoop, so I had to take it out of the hoop, so I didn't want it creased. But
Right. Okay,
uh,
so do you know what cloth that is? Is that a linen or is it her Micaninos or?
no, it's her. It's not the McKinney or McKinney.
Yeah.
It's pardon me while I make a little noise. Traditional ground cloth, 26 count
Okay.
traditional ground cloth.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's really nice to stitch on. So yeah, I'm gonna keep plugging away at that because I really would like to have that so Margaret can put it on a table.
Well, and I've washed one of those before, and so it washes really nice. I think that's the
Yeah.
other thing that I really liked about that it there was something about it after you because I the one I did I mean I manhandled it for over a
Yeah.
year and it needed to
Hmm.
be washed.
Yeah.
No problems washing, and then the fiber felt really good when you were done giving it a
You
little
hand
bath.
washed it?
Yes, I just threw it in, some. I think I didn't use Dawn. I used
Dusk?
Synthropol, which is no,
Just seeing if you're awake.
yeah, yeah, no, Joy,
Joy?
no, no, didn't use that either.
I dated her. That was not a pleasant night. No. Mm-mm.
So sorry,
No.
sorry.
Yeah. Happens, you
No,
know.
no. But
uh,
I like her. I do like her. Her. If anyone is kind of hesitant, thinking, "Oh, it's," because it kind of, when you first feel it, you think, "Oh, that's kind of doesn't." Maybe you don't think it's going to be as nice, but it feels really great after you wash it. I think. I
yeah.
think that adds
Yeah.
to it. because I
Yeah.
have a piece here. This is what I'm working on. That's Avlea. It's here's the image.
The Baltic Easter basket.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Because you're going to use that as a bread basket cover thing, right?
Right. And so I changed it to. Oh, this is the back here. Well, let's use our new toy.
We'll have a photo for the audio listeners.
So this is in. Let me give me a second here, kind of arranging things. But there's the green. And here we talked about you basting it.
Yes.
So I basted mine also, but because mine is the center start, I just basted the center like a star and then diagonals.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So I knew where it was, where I was heading.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and this is a huge amount of fabric. And I was like, I might have to add an extra border. No, she's got a border.
Yeah.
So there's another star patterns over in here that need to go in. So
that's going to be nice. That's a good color too. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And it's Cosmos. I got the Cosmos from Kim. That wasn't, I mean, I could have asked Krista. She would have changed the colors for me.
Yeah.
But at first I thought I wanted to do it in the red. And then I thought, no, I think I like the green better. So
yeah,
I changed it out.
That'd be nice. No, these are just great designs. Yeah.
And it's fun. It's a fun stitch. I take mine with me when I'm visiting family and we're just sitting around the table and I need something to do. So I keep my hands busy.
Yep.
So.
No, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah. So.
But I do like the ground cloth. I do like it a lot.
Yeah. No, that's a nice one. I really like her stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the cloth is so nice. It's just such a nice cloth. Yeah.
Yeah. This is. I don't know what this is because it's not. It didn't come labeled. I know it's not the linen because it doesn't feel like linen.
Yeah.
But
the one you're using. Does it say it's traditional ground cloth or traditional?
No, it didn't. It said it's 30 count. 30 count thread is what it is. Some sort of 30 count fabric.
Oh.
And I think she originally did it with Legacy Linen Swan Feather, which is what I think my other Avlea piece is on linen. But she ran out of it, and so she used something else in this kit, which is fine.
Okay. Yeah.
It's lovely. Whatever it is lovely. And
all right, we're gonna try something here. I'm gonna try and switch you to the other side. Hang on. Got it.
Ooh. Magic.
I think that works. Okay, what was driving me nuts is when I look at your face on the screen, I was actually looking off the screen to the viewer, which is weird.
Oh.
Now I think I'm looking at you. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Don't try to understand it. It was just bugging me. So.
Okay.
I made it work.
One of those things, huh? One of those things. Okay.
Can't help it. Just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think Tour de France. We're going to keep that on the board here, because the Tour de France, the women race, is coming up in August. Tour de France Femme, avec Swift, because Swift is the online riding training tool that I use, and they sponsor it. I was thinking about, because it's only a week, so I was thinking about doing it again.
Ooh.
In August. That's why
so
it's on my
same
mind.
day, same bat time, same bat channel?
Right, but it's only a week.
Okay.
Not 3 weeks. So.
Which is better.
Right. So I'm thinking about that. Yeah, and the women are a blast to watch because it's a completely different style of racing. They go at it all different, and yeah.
So would we need to resubscribe to Peacock?
If you canceled it, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
you canceled it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it would cost you another $6. So
that's all right.
We'll see. I don't know.
Let us know. Let us know, because if you're gonna do that, we'll just have to pencil that in, because it was fun, and I just have to arrange my schedule.
Right.
Mark it off on my calendar and say, okay, let's see how we can arrange this,
Right.
because I think it would. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well, we'll
just
see.
fun.
We'll see. People seem to enjoy it. So, and I mean, in no way we were expecting huge crowds because it's in the morning on a weekday, for crying out loud. That's not going to
Right.
happen. But
Right.
it was fun. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun to watch because they do. They approach it different. I always
Do
remember.
they race? Do they race the same area?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like eight. I think it's eight stages. I think it's eight. But now, yeah, they go up some of the same mountains, and yeah,
Ooh.
um,
Okay.
it's just a stupid thing because they've never had, like, they used to give them a day. So like on the last day of here I'm using like, I got to quit using like. So on the last day of the Tour de France, they would have a Tour de France for women, and they would have a 1-day race. And come on, because they didn't think the women could handle it. I mean, it was really just this sexist, women can't handle it. And I think
Right.
I've told this story before. There's a group of women who, here just 3 or 4 years ago, rode every stage of the Tour de France, the men's Tour de France, rode every stage, the entire thing, each time the day before. And they rode all the transitions, because what we don't see is, depending on where they end a stage, they may travel by bus, and there have been times when they've actually flown to a new city for the start the next day. And we don't see that.
Ooh.
Those women rode all that distance, all the transitions to the next city to prove the point. And they weren't even professionals. They're good amateur riders, just to prove the point. And then Zwift came along and said, all right, we'll sponsor it if we get to be part of the name. And then they made it a week long. And now this year they're going to have a couple of, because then, we're not going to put big mountains in because the women can't handle the big mountains. Oh, spare me. And so now this year they're going to get big mountains in. It's just, it's annoying. I mean, these are
Yeah.
professional women. They ride this stuff all the time. The
Right.
one that we mentioned with Jessica that was doing Dutch TV, Annemiek van Vleuten. She trains with the men. She's retired now, but she trained with the men in the mountains. Come on, it's every day. So it just annoyed me, and because the women are a lot of fun to watch. So, all right, that's enough about bike racing. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about that. And
Yeah.
but I got
Yeah.
to see.
Think
I
about
got
it. Put a comment below and let
right
us know what you
there,
think.
there, right. Are you
Let us know.
interested? Yep. So,
Yeah.
working on the Fiber Talk event for March. We think we have a location. We're getting pricing on it. That is in near St. Charles. And St. Charles is an old city north of St. Louis, not very far north, but a lot of shopping, old boutique shops and old restaurants, and a cool old town, as opposed to St. Louis, which is just a big city with steel, whatever. So this should be we think it's going to be a better environment. So we're looking into that and figuring out the pricing. But I think we're going to go ahead in March and have this event. It looks like it's Marga's piecing things together for us. So yeah, I think so.
Margaret's helping you out, huh? Helping us.
Hey, she's if she wasn't doing this part, it wouldn't happen, because I hate doing this stuff. Just chasing down people. Can we get a quote? Can we get a quote? At some point, I'm out.
No.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. You
So,
need someone who likes to do that sort of stuff, or
yeah.
doesn't mind.
Right. She enjoys it. She likes figuring these things out. I just don't have the tolerance for it. It's like making travel arrangements, even for business trips. At some point, she just started doing them for me. I would just say, I got to go here on this day, and I'm coming back on this day, and she'd make the arrangements. I just hate it. And then I'd wait too long, and the flight price would be too high, and I just detest it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's figuring it out. So, bless Marga. What is this about? Stitch Me floss drops? Did you?
Someone asked me where it was on one of the shows, the Tour de France shows. You had those floss drops, and
Oh, the
I
ones
got those
you
at
gave me as
Stitch
a
Me.
gift. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
These blue ones. Yeah.
Right. And I think she still has them, uh, but she had some that were like green, that were neon green, that were aliens. They were just nice. I don't think they were pricey. I mean,
Yeah.
they probably were fairly inexpensive.
Okay, so that's where you got
But
them at Be Stitch Me. Okay.
mhm.
Yeah.
And they're nice. I don't personally use floss drops, but I thought those were really very nice. And just I think those are blue, right? So I
Yep.
thought, oh, Gary needs some blue ones.
Yep. Yeah, they
There
work
he
fine. They
goes.
work great. Every time I hold up a ring of floss drops with thread on them, I think of Captain Kangaroo's keys. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember? Remember?
I do. A long
Yep.
time ago. A long
Yep.
time ago. Captain
Yep.
Kangaroo.
Yep. There you
Oh,
go. Yep. For the
yeah,
young
yeah.
people, sorry,
Hmm.
nothing but
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. But you could those floss drops. I think if you contacted me, Stitch Me, she might still carry those. I didn't notice last time I was in.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well,
but
that's where they came from, whoever it was that asked. So, yep.
hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Just wanted to let you know. Oh,
Go.
so are you thinking about doing the slate frame, lacing up your slate frame?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Did you lace
I
one
haven't.
up?
No, but I'm thinking about it. So I've got it
you
here.
you got it just like me. You got a bundle of wood. Yeah.
Right. Okay, but I have my piece I showed
Yep.
you earlier. So here it is.
Yep.
And I had to straighten it. It was quite unstraight. So that was the first thing I did is I had to straighten my edges. And then it's linen. So I did zigzag around it. But now
Okay.
my question is, this is from Hand and Lock. It's the Hand and Lock flocking and foiling class. So I
Oh
don't know if you
yes.
can see
Yeah.
the gold.
Yep.
There's little gold and then little flocking.
I
And
see
now
little
we do a
flicks.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see that?
Yep.
Anyway, so it needs a lot of embellishment. And she gave us gold work to put on it. Well, then that immediately, and I don't want to lose, I want to lose as little of this as I can. I thought about just putting it in a hoop. And I thought, no, I want to, I'm going to finish this into a pillow or something, a
Yeah.
bag. So I only want to lose like an inch of my seam. So if I put it in a hoop, I don't have a whole area that I would lose if I hooped
Right.
it.
Right.
So it has to go into a slate frame.
So there you are.
And I need to look at it. It needs to be out so I can look at it and think about, okay, what am I going to do? How am
Mm-hmm.
I going to embellish this? I mean, she gave us ideas.
Yeah.
Lucy Martin, that's terrible of me. Lucy Martin, and I can't remember the other lady. Let's say Rebecca, but
Oh, that was in the class.
the teachers. So it has to be laced up. So
Okay.
I pulled my smallest slate frame, and I think this will work. Let's see, now we have to get it off the rubber bands.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think because you were discussing that with Jessica, and that's what made me think about it, is the size has to be a certain size to put on the twill tape, right?
Well, your twill tape, that determines how wide of your ground cloth can be, right?
Right. But you don't want a huge piece of twill tape. I mean, you don't
No,
want it
but
to be.
you can't go wider. You can go smaller, but you can't go wider.
So this will work,
So it looks like
right?
that's going to be perfect.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
And then I
that's
can
perfect.
But the question is, should I put something on the two vertical sides to lace it? Does that make sense? Because I don't
Yeah.
want to lace directly onto my
No.
fabric that I'm going to stitch. Okay, so I do need to add some sort of something
Well,
on the edge, like a piece.
sew some twill tape on.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So that way
'Cause
I can lace it
right.
and won't interfere with the design.
Right.
Correct.
But that
So,
hang on just a second. Just a minute. I'm testing sound things here. Okay, the Jenny Aiden Christie
right.
technique is to put cording on the edge.
Right.
So that works really well, I think, to do that. So you could just sew some heavy cloth on each side, and then wrap it around cording, and then that would give you a
Right.
An edge to lace to without messing up your fabric there. Yeah.
Right. I even thought even if I just used some cotton,
Yeah.
not real thin cotton, but just like quilting cotton, sewed
Right.
it on the edge, and then made sure that other piece was how wide it was. Can't be too wide because I've got to still get to lace it up on the top.
Right. But you've got like an inch on either side of your twill there, don't you? Yeah, you've got an inch plus.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of room. Oh yeah, you can play all day.
So it'll work. That'll
Yeah.
work. But I've been definitely, because I think sometimes if you don't see the piece, you really need to look at it. Because if you're going to add embellishment to it, how do you know
Right.
what you're going to do unless you look at it? If you're
Right.
changing it, if you're just following someone else's pattern, you just go.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it on your own, you really need to have it out, look at it, so you can kind of say, oh yeah, that'll work, or maybe I should
Right.
add this, or so. I'm looking forward to playing with this piece of fabric, which has lovely. I guess we should describe it for the
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
people. As a piece of, it has moths and butterflies and what are the yellow flowers? I think they're kind of like daisy. I don't know exactly what the flowers are. Yellow daisies and pink, purples flowers,
Yeah.
all kind of randomly, very nicely randomly, but placed on a piece of linen
Right.
cloth.
But see, that's the kind of cloth project in general that you need to have laid out so you can walk by,
Right.
because different days, different light, it's going to say different things to you. And so you need to be able to, yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. Yeah.
Right. Right. Because you don't want it to get too busy, but
No.
it'd be fun to see, okay, what should I add to
Right.
the piece? And this was the class, the flocking and foiling class was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and it did make me think about projects I could do
Yeah.
that I've had ideas for, and how I could, kind of move them forward. So it was a great class. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to. This, I think, yeah, you could use a hoop, or I could use a stretcher bars.
No. No.
But I think putting it in the slate frame is the best.
Right.
Is the
Yeah.
best for that.
Well,
I don't think you have any other.
Yeah, I don't think there's any discussion about it. That's going to be the best option.
Right.
Is slate
Right.
frame for that. Because when
Right,
you go
especially
when you go to embellish it, you want that as taut as possible, and the only way you're going to get that's with a slate frame.
Right. And I'm putting gold work on it. I'm not just doing. It's not just like stitching embellishment surface, which I do hoop. I put in a hoop.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to add 3D gold work, you can't have any. That can't. My hoop is the biggest surface I can use. Whatever size, like an 8 or 10 inch. Then you can't put anything else around it. Well, then I lose a lot of the pattern that's around, and I want to.
Right.
It's such a pretty pattern. It's hard to see, but it's just gorgeous, and I don't want to lose all that. I want to
Right.
use as much of it as I can.
Right. Yeah. No, I think slate
So-
frame is the only choice you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would get another piece of cloth and experiment attaching something to the side,
Yeah.
just because you don't want to mess up that cloth.
I'm thinking if I sew it on with my sewing machine,
Hmm.
actually it should work.
Yeah,
And then because you just go back with the seam ripper and rip it out.
yeah, right.
It shouldn't be a problem. I'm not really worried about,
Okay.
as long as I put it right there on the edge where already got sewing. I've got an
Oh,
edging
I didn't see
on
you
there
already had
already.
that. Oh, you've got.
So
Oh,
I
I
have
didn't
it.
see that.
I've
Yeah.
got
Okay.
I did a little quick zigzag edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I know you're going to lose. I'm probably going to lose an inch when I in finishing.
Right. Yeah.
But I already know that. But I don't want to lose 2 inches or three
Right.
inches.
Right.
I want to play with this as much as I can.
Yeah. I didn't see you had it edged already. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely wouldn't just go straight. And so you can see it was very uneven. Can you see my little
Right.
frills?
Yeah.
Where I did straighten it though, because I thought, no, this needs to be straightened. This
Yeah.
lovely linen cloth that's been printed. The
Yep.
back is white, and it's
Yeah.
been printed on the front.
That's nice.
So it was fun. It was
Fun
fun.
class. Yep.
Hand in lock is
Lucy.
getting their Lucy Martin.
Yep.
Someone commented to me that they really enjoyed the Lucy Martin
Yeah.
talks.
Hmm.
And I think she's opened up the diploma inquiries. I think she's having Zoom inquiries going on. So if
Oh.
you haven't gotten on that list, you need to get on the list
Yeah. Yeah.
if you're interested in that at all.
Right.
And I think that's going to be fun, that diploma.
Yep. She's doing some cool stuff, that lady. Yep. Yep.
Very young lady.
Yes, I know. That's the other part. Yeah. Most people doing that kind of stuff are 60 years old, but nope, not Lucy.
Nope.
Nope. That's going to be it.
Okay.
Sunday is Gail Stafford. Yep. We're going to enjoy conic canvas work from Gail Stafford. And last Sunday, Kathy Andrews. Do not miss that. Make sure you do that. And Rita Gekht, the tour from Wednesday. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. We do the best we can. Yep.
Sounds great.
Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.
All right. Bye.